Sirach 45 and 26. The Most High give you wisdom in your heart to judge his people in righteousness, that their good things be not abolished, and that their glory may endure forever. Call Allah YAHAWAH, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm just back with another quick lesson, all right, about us, becoming judges, all right, judges of the people and, ultimately, judges of the planet, man. All right, this is the, excuse me, this is the lot that Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi put us in, man. All right, and it's an important, lot to be in, man. All right, to be basically the mediator between the nation of Israel, all right, and the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right, just the same way, that Yahawashi is the mediator between, us and the Most High. All right, we play that role between, the Most High and the nations, our nation chiefly, the Israelites, man. All right, you Negro, Latino, Native, Seminole, Indian. All right. So it says the Most High give you a wisdom to judge his people in righteousness. All right, righteousness meaning by the laws of the scriptures, man. All right, that's the righteous judgment that we were given the wisdom, all right, to judge the people by, the Israelites, all right? Because that's the only righteous law on the planet, man. You got all these other, like Esau's law, it's wicked, man, and our people was caught up in that. All right, but we were sent to judge them righteously by the laws that were given to their forefathers, and that we are still supposed to try to follow to the best of our ability today. All right. It says that their good things be not abolished, and that their glory may endure forever. All right. That their good things may be not abolished, man. All right. Just like the situation we in now, our good things was abolished, man, because we wasn't hearkening unto the Most High, man. All right, the people wasn't hearkening unto the prophets. When you go back into those stories, Jake rarely, repented, man. The messenger, okay, the angel, the prophet that was sent unto him. All right, they disregarded everything that the prophet was saying. All right, whatever impending doom or danger was coming to them, if they didn't listen to the words of the prophet, they ignored it. Thus their good things, all right, were abolished. All right, that's why the Most High, like the scriptures say, you're going to show us the back, and not his face. That's the only good thing, about us is Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. That's what sets us apart, is the Lord. You people call God and Jesus Christ. That's the only thing that sets you Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indian apart from everybody else. So that's one of the good things that was abolished, your relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. The Lord also says, I will return into my place until they acknowledge their offense. That's why we all fucked up. Because the relationship that, the relationship of obedience, because that's basically the relationship that we have, with the Lord. He set forth, excuse me, he set forth laws, and we are to follow him and serve him. So all good things won't be abolished, but Jake, I wanted to basically go off and do their own thing, follow the ways of the nations, man. It says, and that their glory may endure forever, all right? And the glory of the Israelites through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi is going to endure forever in the kingdom of heaven. All right, our good things is not going to be abolished anymore in the kingdom of heaven, because we're going to be following the laws perfectly. But getting back, excuse me, getting back to the original point, all right, it's our job to relay this message, man. All right, that's why you see the apostles, always saying, do the work, be on fire. Because it's an important job, man, to speak into the nation of Israel, all right? The Most High gave you wisdom in your heart to judge his people in righteousness. So judge his people righteously, man. All right, we wasn't given this knowledge, you know, basically just to sit on it, you know. But Sirach 4:15, it says, "Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely." All right, man, that's talking about wisdom. All right, now going back to Sirach 45, it said the Most High gave you a heart and wisdom, you know, to judge his people righteously, man. All right, it's gonna get to the point, you know, in the kingdom of heaven, we gonna be judging the nations, man. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations. That her is talking about the wisdom, you know. We shall judge the nations. We shall have dominion over the people in righteousness, man. You know. So take your job as, you know, a leader of this nation, of the nation of Israel, and ultimately of the world, seriously. You know, it's an important job to judge the people, because without the judge, okay, without the laws, the true laws, everything is in disarray. It's just like if it was anarchy, you know, lawlessness. That's basically what the world is now, to an extent. All right, everybody would die, you know. So, you know, us coming with the word, the gospel, is supposed to be us extending our hand to the Israelites, really to the elect. You know, it says, "And he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely," man. All right, safely. When we gonna dwell safely? Kingdom of heaven, man. This work that we doing is gonna bring forth a kingdom, man. It's not just, we're not just talking shit, man. Don't, you know, get in the mind state of, damn, you know, ain't nothing happening, and man, it's just wait, man. It's gonna bring forth a kingdom, man. So we're gonna dwell securely. All right, just like the scriptures say. No, I'm paraphrasing. No one will make Jacob afraid no more, man. We ain't gonna have to deal with Esau, the so-called white man. All right, you know, gunning us down in the street. You know, even amongst each other. You know, Jake gunning each other down, killing each other, trying to harm each other. You know, your kid leave the house, you worry, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, that's gonna be all over. We're gonna dwell securely, meaning safely. But the only way for us to not speed up that process, because everything is on the Most High's time, but, you know, to I think bring forth the kingdom, you know, Salakia. I had a brain freeze, but, you know, the only way to bring forth that kingdom when we're gonna dwell securely is to push this word. All right, the scriptures say the spirit of his mouth and then the brightness of his coming. All right, we gotta, you know, spiritually attack this place with truth to kill all the falsehood, and then YAHAWAH is gonna destroy America. This is Esau getting exposed season. You know, well, it's been for years, but that's what this is. You know. It's Wisdom of Solomon 3:8. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. That's talking about the Israelites, all right, but chiefly the elect. Because we gonna be, you know, Lord willing, we are the elect. All right, we gonna be the governing body of Israel. All right, just like you got the governing body of the ruling nation on the planet now, which is Esau. The true, excuse me, the true governing body is really those international bankers, you know. But that's how we gonna be on the right hand side, righteously. All right, judging the whole world, man. All right, having dominion over the people in a way that we gonna know that everything is gonna flourish, because everybody is gonna be following the laws of YAHAWAH, chiefly you Israelites. which goes back to you dwelling securely. Because ain't no reason for the Most High to put you to death or chastise you if you following the laws. So that's going to be, when we have dominion over the people. All right, that's everybody. So-called white man, Asian man, Hawaiian man, Hawaiian man, we got dominion over all of them. But once again, it start with the work. It start with being the mediator between the people, all right, and YAHAWAH Shema Shah, even the other nations, because we out there telling them their judgment too. Esau got to know that he going into slavery and that he's going to pay for everything that he did in the past. The other nations got to know that they're going to pay for everything that they did to us. The Israelites got to know you're not just going to be sitting in America being a nigga forever, And that starts with us. All right? It says, and their Lord shall reign forever. And we know that's talking about YAHAWAH, Bashim Al-Shai, all right? This is, I'm going to start at 1. 1 Corinthians 6:1. It says, dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints? All right. It says, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? So there go to, the world again, man. Saints being the Israelites, chiefly the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world? All right. And this goes into people not receiving us or not wanting to listen to what we have to say out of the scriptures, man. They it's a big misconception in the world that, nobody can judge anybody, or they call it shaming. That's the new word, the new code word Esau used for it. Whenever you judge anybody, you're shaming them. So if you say this guy is a homosexual, that's wrong. You can't do that according to the Bible. You're shaming him in the eyes of these people, or bashing him, or being a homophobic. They got all these words, man, But the scriptures say, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? So, if we're going to judge the world and have dominion over the people, it's going to get into it. It says, and if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? All right? So we're going to judge the world. Me telling you a homosexual and you going on, that's a small matter, man. Woman, everything you tell them, it's a small matter. It's not, to be refuted with the, intense anger that y'all refuted with, man. Because it's right there in the scriptures. This is the same book you read. Well, I mean, you don't read it, but it's the same book that your pastor read if you want to get technical. And if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters? That's a rhetorical question. No, we ain't unworthy to judge the smallest matter. Why? Because we judging out of the scriptures. If we coming up to you with some bullshit, basically just talking out our, own heart, okay, that's refutable. But when it's, in the scriptures, and it's in black and white, the same Bible that you claim you believe in, you shouldn't be, so unsettled when somebody brings something out, man. All right. It says, know ye not that know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life, man? These small ass matters. If we gonna judge angels, we could judge you niggas, See, that's another, thing that Esau throw in the mix. Judge being judgmental, man. You gotta watch these words that they use to evade judgment, man. You're judgmental. You're ridiculing me. You're what else they say, man? Bashing me, shaming me. I don't know if I said that one already. You know, all this shit, man, to basically evade being judged, man. But the scriptures say, know ye not that we will judge angels? We're gonna be judging angels, man. How much more the things that pertain to this life, man. All right, so meaning the scriptures have no problem with, you know, you judging something. I mean, it's a book called Judges in the Bible, man. You know, when you niggas sit in front of the judge in a courtroom, you don't say that to him or her. You don't say, no, you can't judge me, motherfucker. You know, you sit there and take whatever judgment they give you. All right, but Jake is proud against Jake, man. All right. It's Revelation 2 and 2 and I'm gonna start at 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. All right. So once again, that's what we fighting for, the power over the nations. That's why we trying to keep the works until the end, which the works of the prophets, to prophesy to the people. So we can gain power over the nations. Not wickedly like Esau, like, you know, mad scientist type of, no, man. To gain power and righteousness and govern the world off of the scriptures. All right. It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. All right, meaning that's when we gonna get physical with him, man. You know, once again, the spirit of his mouth and then the brightness of his coming. All right. So we ought to continue to prophesy and continue to push this word until the Most High, you know, deems it time for America to get destroyed and for us to be delivered. All right. So continue to do your job, man. And remember, you know, the inheritance that we about to receive, man, is like none other, man. You know. So continue to, you know, like the scriptures say, press towards the mark of the prize. All right, continue to prophesy. You know, continue to rebuke this wicked nation, man. All right. And Lord willing, you know, we be out of here soon. All right. So hope that video was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.